Okay, you know what? These people are wild here. I'm sitting here, minding my own business, just kind of trying to wake up a little bit. And this lady pulls up, this older lady pulls up, and she was asking about my cell phone holder. She's like, "Where did you get that?" I'm like, "Amazon." And I said, "I can't imagine you would find it here on Gabriola." And she starts laughing. She goes, "Not much to do on Gabriola." Anyway, we started talking, and sweet lady, but I told her, I said, "What is there to do here?" And she's like, "Well, really nothing." She's been here for like 30 years, but they're retired and whatever. However, and I was telling her about my shower situation. She's like invited me over to her place to shower. Oh my gosh, so funny. So I might take her up on it, but the drive to her house sounds a little sketch. She's like, "You gotta take this long drive and you gotta hug the right because the trucks come down like maniacs, and the ditch is like really far down, and and you go up this really long drive, like over a kilometer, and but you gotta stay in the middle." And I'm like, okay, well, this sounds like an adventure in itself. But wow, so nice. But wow, so weird. Like, am I really gonna go to a stranger's house to shower? I don't think so. Like, as lovely as that is, that kind of makes me super nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I mean, wasn't Bonnie and Clyde, didn't they look like nice, normal people? Didn't Jeffrey Dahmer look like a nice human being? Like, what? I mean, it's island. It's an island life. But I don't know. Not a shower. Maybe, go have tea on her front yard so I can escape if I need to. But just to actually, like, no, I don't, no. Look at this lovely little spot that I found. I noticed these boats like all over the place. I wonder if people just abandon them here, or like what's the story with the boats? This is about the 10th one. I don't know. Weird. That would be kind of wild. Living over there. This one's pretty neat. Okay, I'm heading back to Bobby. I am so grateful that this is an overcast day because it has been super hot, but it's a little chilly right down by the ocean. I'm okay with it. I'm not complaining. I'm just advising you and giving myself heck because I didn't bring a sweater. Anyway, cool little walk. Add to my 10,000 steps. I better be careful. I gotta watch where I'm going. Am I sitting in a parking lot on a small island? Yes, yes I am. Listen, you may think I'm totally bananas. You're like, why aren't you out there enjoying? Well, listen, I got no energy. I got nothing. And there's a bathroom right here, and I can get Wi-Fi-ish. Not Wi-Fi, service. I just need service. Some things I have to do. And there's just no service anywhere. Well, I shouldn't say there's no service. It's just really spotty. I don't even have to move my phone. And I'm doing my thing, and then all of a sudden it's gone. I'm like, okay, I didn't move though. How are you moving? Anyway, I don't know the logistics of cell phone service, but it just seems kind of weird to me. Anyway, just a little update. I don't even know how I'm going to piece this mess together. I don't know. I got like 11 days left I have got this so long as my injury doesn't get worse. Yes, I jacked up my left knee. And you're probably like, Chris, what did you do? I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking because the grounds that I have to walk, there's a lot of hills, there's a couple rocks and steps, and maybe I just came down too hard one time. I don't know what happened, but it has been so sore the last couple of days. So I took a Advil yesterday. It didn't do nothing. I'm going to take 2 before my shift tonight. This morning. Tomorrow morning. 1 a.m. I can't even function as a human. But yeah, it hurts. It, like, when I press everywhere on my knee, I don't feel any pain. It's just when I step down, and not when I'm walking. Only if I'm going down a hill or down steps. So I got to keep an eye on that. I don't want to completely destroy my knee. There's no hospital here. There's no clinic. There's nothing. I think there's a nurse that lives in a house somewhere. I don't even know. Any hoodles. Yeah, good times. I'm not sleeping very well. As you could probably tell, I'm a little punchy. And I'm not eating very well. I don't even know if I've mentioned this before. I don't even know what I've said and what I haven't. Last night was good time. So the grounds that I'm working on, I think I mentioned there's no like house. There's no like actual house. There's my little shack, whatever you want to call it, with some cameras that I'm watching all the entrances, and then I go walk. And then there's a couple other little sheds, stuff around, and there's one place where the people, I don't want to give away too many details. I can't really talk about it too much, but the workers, whatever, they keep some of the food, a coffee maker. Thank goodness for that, because this girl's been drinking copious amounts of instant Timmy's coffee. Anyway, I went in there last night to make, well, I keep saying night. I mean, it is my night. Early morning, whatever. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. I went in there, and all of a sudden, I see something out of my peripheral, and I swung around, and there is this great, big, monstrous rat just giving me the side eyes. Like, he didn't even, like, run away. I'm like, excuse yourself. Scared the living daylights out of me. I bolted out of there. Oh, my word. Anyway, I ended up coming back because we really needed the coffee. I was like, okay, it's me and you, rat. I don't know what to tell you, but this girl needs her coffee. So when I went back, he or she was gone. It was so big. Anyway, another thing that I've been dealing with, mosquitoes. Oh my word, the mosquitoes. Listen, I am getting eaten alive. I think I've mentioned this. For some reason, I feel like I've had this conversation. I don't know. Forgive me if you've heard this like 500 times. I'm a little delirious at this point. I only had 2 hours of sleep this morning. So I'm going to go back early and try to get at least 6 hours tonight because she needs some sleep. Anyway, I not only put on the bug spray on my skin, I started spraying my clothes as well because they were going through my clothes onto my thighs and legs. I'm like, you nasty little buggers. Nothing's stopping them. They're just eating me. So I went and bought some, it's kind of like Afterbite, but it's the Benadryl formula. And I'm gonna, when I wake up at midnight tonight, I'm gonna because I'm gonna like literally itch off my skin. But apparently this one, as opposed to, excuse the look, like I'm just a hot mess over here. But apparently this one, as opposed to after bite, I don't know, it said something like it also repels them, the smell or something. I'm hoping it works because, yeah. Anyway, so between the lack of sleep, the lack of eating, big old rats giving me side eyes, the mosquitoes, my broken knee, this is a lovely time. I mean, oh, and then, you know, the serial killer the other day offering me a shower at her house. I'm just kidding. I'm sure she's just a lovely lady. Anyways, this is such good times, man. I've got this. This is a lot tougher than I thought it would be. A lot tougher. But I'm tough. And God has my back, man. He's got it. I've got it. We've all got it. Hi. I have 5 shifts left. 5. It is really hot here. We are going through like an extreme heat wave. Good times. But right now I managed to find a spot down by the ocean under a shady tree. So it's actually a bit cooler, and I'm not going to move. I'm going to stay here until I have to work because it is last night I struggled. I tried to go to sleep around 7 p.m. to wake up around midnight. I was so hot. It felt like I just got out of the shower, like sweating, gross, nasty. Anyway, it was about 9:10, 9:15. I had had enough. I had turned on the car, cranked the AC to get it as cold as here as possible, and then quickly went to sleep. But yeah, I wrecked my knee, and I've been taking naproxen and ibuprofen, kind of switching it up, keeping it elevated. I'm trying to ice it as much as possible, but it's progressively getting worse. So good times. So I'm really not doing much during the day except resting it and keeping it elevated. I did find a tension, whatever bandage in my first aid kit. So tonight before I go do my rounds, I Googled it on how to wrap my knee. But not only is the swelling getting worse, because before the swelling was just kind of like on the left-hand side, now it's like above my kneecap as well. And I have a clicking sound every time I bend it. The clicking sound is new, and the pain is kind of getting up there, but I got 5 more days. I can bust through this in 5 more days. So long as I can keep putting weight on my knee, I'm good to go. Yeah, this is my view while I'm keeping my leg elevated and watching some YouTube because I got onto some internet and downloaded a whole bunch of shows. So there's that. Well, we are kind of right in the middle of a pretty wicked storm. It stopped raining for now, but it was coming down really hard. I'm not complaining. We need this so bad. There has been some pretty serious fires here on the island. Not this island, the main island, Vancouver Island. I don't know if there's been enough rain to put a dent in it, but it went from 0 to like over, I think they said 5,000 hectares in a matter of like a day and a half or something silly like that. Anyway, I only have a few days left. There's, I think, 3 shifts I have left, and let me tell you what a learning experience this was. So I learned once again that I'm a little bit more resilient than I give myself credit for. But I also learned that especially this kind of nomadic life with no, well, I shouldn't say no cell phone service, but very little service is not for me. I like to stay in communication and in touch with people, and I do like my alone time, but not this much alone time. I learned that 18 days in a row was a little too much. Maybe had I had my 2 days off every week, it would have been a little bit better, but I think I pushed myself with my health issues and then my knee injury. I think it was just too much. I'm not getting the sleep, breaking it up, because I was sleeping in the morning and then later on in the evening, and I was only getting like an hour and a half, 2 hours here and there, and it just was not enough. While the little town is cute and quaint, I've learned that I really like amenities like Tim Hortons, garbage cans, rec centers that I can go to on a daily basis. You know, big grocery stores that you're not paying $1 million for items. I think I mentioned it. They only have one grocery store here. A case of water was $15. And I get it. Like, I imagine getting supplies here is pretty tough and expensive. But $15. Anyway, I don't regret the decision that I made to come here. I thought I would be doing more exploring, but well, there's really not a whole lot to do here. I've seen what I saw, and my knee injury, I just really want to, keep the walking and the hiking and the beachcombing to a minimum, because it takes a lot to get through my shift, even though it's only 6 hours. By the 5th hour, it's pretty swollen. I don't know. Maybe some of you did not see my community post. I'm supposed to be going camping, I know, to a place that actually has 0 cell phone service. I probably will for a couple days and just like sleep for 2 days. But I definitely won't be going on any hikes. And then when I get back into town, if my knee has not improved, I will be heading to the clinic. To be fully transparent, even if my knee wasn't as sore as it is, I probably wouldn't be doing a whole lot of exploring or wandering around. I'm done. I am so tired. At this point, I'm going strictly on commitment. I've made a commitment to see it through, and I am that person. So I wouldn't even say adrenaline. I don't have a lot of giddy up to my go, so I don't even think I'm going off pure adrenaline at this point. I think it's just the commitment, and I don't want to leave, this person stranded. They wouldn't be able to get any security or night watchman or whatever the heck I am at last minute like this. I have 3 shifts left. I have so got this. But yeah, I even if my knee wasn't wrecked up, I don't do anything during my time off. I run around trying to find a garbage can. There's really not many. Even in this provincial park right now, there's picnic tables, there's a porta potty, not one garbage can. It's so wild. I've never seen anything like it. I go to the grocery store, see if I can't find any deals. There's usually not a whole lot of deals because, well, it's stupid expensive here. But, just trying to kill some time, and then I pretty much just rest. It was interesting to say the least. I don't regret making the decision, because I've mentioned this probably 1,642 times, that now all my personal loans will be paid off. And I got to experience what this small island life is really like. It's not for me. And I'm okay with that. As much as, I started this series Beyond the Noise because I was getting really, it was crazy about, the traffic and the amount of people and everything else. And while that still is an issue, I think getting away for a couple days and then coming back, or like I said in a previous clip, maybe even just going city to city and not staying in such a remote location for a lengthy period of time would be more my jam. But I'm glad I did it. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but I'm proud of myself because last year I would have never taken this job. Ever. Not in a million years. You would have told me that I'd be wandering around the woods in the middle of the night with possible, well, there's no bears here, but there have been cougar sightings and, whatever. However, I would have told you you're out of your blooming mind. But as I continue van life, I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, and I'm really trying to learn to live fearlessly. And so I'm glad I did it. I'm really tired. I don't know if you can tell. I am beyond exhausted, but I know this is going to sound really weird, but it's like a good exhaustion. There was a lot of things, a lot of valuable lessons learned in this little adventure of mine.
Radar reflecting things high up on them. Things for the people to see them.
Listen, are you honestly surprised? you have no idea. Oh my word. Oh my word. I've only had 2 hours of sleep. Oh, yes. I know. It's the small things in life. Anyway, I'm heading north. You all voted. Not all of you. A lot of you voted. You said head north. I'm heading north. Let's go. Like, excuse yourself? What is this beauty here? Want to say hi? Hi, Lex. Okay, I am in a campground for the evening. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be here, but after only having like an hour and a half, 2 hours of sleep this morning, this girl is going to go to bed and I'm going to sleep and sleep and sleep. Good night. I will see you in the morning. I cannot wait for this night. No word of a lie. Listen, good morning. I slept about 10 and a half hours last night. It was the best. I wasn't on crooked ground. I was level. It was raining, so I heard the pitter-patter of the rain outside my van, and I drifted off, and I slept. And I don't even think I moved, honestly. It was absolutely amazing. Best night's sleep I've had in a long time, but it was so needed. I know that probably about a week is my limitations, especially the way I'm set up right now. Maybe if I got set up a little bit better, for future, but right now I think a week, maybe a week and a half is my limitations, but I'm going on 3 weeks remote living, and I think I'm just done. And it has been a really interesting adventure. It has been a lot of lessons. There's been a lot of lessons learned, and I don't regret it. But I'm looking forward to getting back. When I get back, I'll probably be complaining about all the traffic and the people and everything else. But like I said, I think it's just balance for me. I think that's my biggest takeaway is I love nature so much, but we need to just have that balance. That's all. Anyway, that's it. I'm tapping out. I will talk to you later. Bye.